we're starting with some of the assembly now that all the paint is done. And since we all saw what it took to paint this thing, I figured let's see what it takes to put it all together. With its new chrome look, if you can see the face here, you can see the shine on it. It looks pretty cool. So we're assembling the face now. Just gotta find all the parts. Got them off of all of our holders. Okay, here is the jaw here, which, if I'm looking right, will fit right into there. Now, the only part that I left in the original color of the plastic were the eyes, because I really like the yellow glowing eyes, and I really wanted them to stand out. But you can see the chrome of the face. It looks pretty cool. This is my first time doing this, and I mean, it's not perfect for my first try, but I think I got it pretty much where I wanted it. Now we're going to insert looks like the next step is just to insert into the helmet. And what do you think of that chrome Gundam head? I really do like the look of the eyes, the bright yellow eyes. I think it works and gives me exactly what I was looking for. And you can see the almost mirror-like reflection on the chrome. That all-clad paint really does work beautifully. The top of the headgear here, which gets topped off with this part here. So we're going to be adding our first bit of color to the head. Okay guys, just had to take a second there to clean off some of the excess paint, which is preventing the crest from inserting fully into the headgear here. So just have to scrape a little bit of that off. And now we install our final piece of the head here. Yeah, it's going to be a little tough putting it all together with all this paint that's on it. But as you can see here, there is the finished head. And it looks pretty cool, all chromed out. This was done just as a challenge to myself to see if I could do it, and I'm very happy with the way it's turning out. Still have a little bit of detail work to do to it. And the little chin piece here will be in red, as I forgot that that was supposed to be red. But let's give you a really good close-up look at it. Really does look amazing. Okay, now let's assemble one of the legs and see what kind of result we get. Let's start with the feet. Here we have one of the feet with the classic Gundam red there. We left the metallic underneath, and we'll be doing a little bit more detail painting here on the edges of the feet. Now that piece with this piece here. Now we're going to combine these to make the foot. Hopefully we won't have too much trouble getting this together, even with all the paint on it. Yeah, it's definitely a tighter bond between the parts with all the paint on it. But how cool does that look? Look at that. And that does look extremely cool. All right, now let's put the foot joint part on. We just have to find that. Now we'll get a good look at the black chrome right alongside the regular chrome and see how much of a difference we have here. Even the regular chrome, one of the slight criticisms I have is that the chrome isn't as bright as I might have liked, as it does take on a very dark tone due to the black underneath it. Now let's see about, let's listen for the click. There we go. But oh, there is quite a bit of a difference between the black chrome and the other chrome. It is quite a bit darker. I don't know if the camera will catch it with all the reflections, but it is quite a bit darker than the regular chrome. Okay. But we got the joint, it's very stiff because of all the paint. We got to work some of that out. But very nice. Very happy with it. Let's go with the next bit of assembly here, which is our foot guard, I think you want to call it here. Here they run into a little bit of trouble as I'm not sure whether both parts came out looking exactly the same, so I'm going to go with the one I'm happier with. There are a couple of pieces of this that I'm not 100% happy with. As I said, it's the first time I've ever done this, and I do believe that there's certain elements of it which, while I'm not 100% happy with it, I do believe it will be better my next time around doing something like this. Right there. And now we get the leg here, which is one of my favorite parts because of how really shiny it came out. And with his knee brace here, all right, how cool is that? And then we will just install it. There, listen for the click. That's what really lets you know that you got a good joint there. All right, look at that. How cool is that? Okay, now we need our other connecting part here, which is that one. Oh, and I'm not happy with that. As you can see here, I didn't paint the inside there, so I think we're going to have to hit that with a little bit of black before we attach everything. And now that I've done it for the first time, I realize that, yeah, I'm going to need to protect the red, as the red is done with the acrylic Tamiya paint, and it does stay very soft for quite a while. So it looks like it's going to need some clear coat to protect it. So that being the case, I will be using clear on the next one. And plus I'm a little impatient. I just want to see what it looks like, so I didn't want to take the time to clear coat it. I know. Bad me. Bad. Breaking the first rule of modeling, which is be patient. Okay, and here we have, now let's clean that up. We're just going to put one leg together and the head together tonight. Click. Very satisfying click. And now we'll put the thigh in there. We just have to find it. Here it is. As they hit the camera. And now we attach the thigh joint. Now, one thing I've got to recommend is that if you do take on this process is, yeah, you got to go through the whole process of smoothing out all of your paint, your undercoat and everything, because you get a much better finish when you do that. I mean, this one came out great, but it could have been better. And then this little cap here. And this serves to cover the joint here. Alright guys, check out the finished leg. The first leg completely done in the Chrome Gundam project. Okay, how cool is that? There you go. We have part one together. Now, we're going to keep building. Okay, guys, just learned something the hard way, that I tried to see if I could polish it out a little bit, and this is a very delicate finish. As you can see there, in attempting to polish it, it came right off of the black base. So this is going to require another coating of the metalizer. And I can see there that I didn't really do that seam as well as I should have. But, as I said, this is all a learning experience for me. So far, I'm very happy with the way everything's coming out. So we're just going to buff it without using any product on it. And as you can see, just buffing it out does seem to bring out more of a shine to it. It does give it a bit more of a shine, but you have to be careful because even buffing it out, it comes off. As it's a very delicate finish. So there you know, guys, if you choose to do this, you have to be very careful with it. So seeing as how this is an experiment, maybe I will clear coat it just to see how the clear coat interacts with these parts. So stay tuned. We're all learning on this one, unless of course you've already done this, in which case you already know. If you do, throw me a line. Let me know what I'm in for. But so far, I'm really happy with the results. Okay, guys, now we're just going to speed it up a little bit as we build the second leg. And you can see how it all goes together at a little bit of a hyper speed. It's a learning experience, this entire build. So I hope you guys can get as much out of it as I did. So let's just sit back and watch the build. Okay guys, now we're going to start with assembling the arms. And this is a pretty simple procedure. I'm pretty sure I went over it in the previous rx-78-2 build. So let's just sit back and watch how the arms go together and enjoy the show. And here go all 2 chrome arms. One thing I gotta recommend is wear gloves because the oils from your fingers will rub through that paint very easily. Now, I recommend you definitely use a clear coat, the AutoClad Clear, which I am waiting for some to come in. But as I said, I'm in a real hurry to see this together. Yes, I am breaking the main rule of model building, which is patience. But since this is just like an experiment and it's not anything that I'm building for show or anything like that, I can live with a few flaws just to see the final result. So now we have our legs, our arms, and our head done. So now we need to do the torso. And here we have the torso partially assembled, where we're going to finally see some color go on this thing. Now, I found out from the last build that this is a very tight fit here, and with all the extra paint, it's probably going to do a little damage to the paint. I'm hoping it won't, but I don't think really that there's any way around that. So I'm going to have to try and clean up some of this in here to make a little more clearance for it, as soon as I see where the contact points are going to be. So remember, if you do plan on painting these, the tolerances are extremely tight. And you're going to be taking up quite a few of it with the paint. Okay guys, now we're going to finish up on the chest area and attach the arms and start on the lower torso and legs. This is where it all really starts to come together. So keep watching and enjoy the ride. Put your now we have our lower torso. Very cool. And we connect our upper and lower torsos. And there we go. And there we have our body all together. Now what we need is our clear red to put our little touch up on the chin. And there you go, guys. He's almost done. Looks freaking fantastic. I just hope I can find that one last part there.